Hello there friends, Steve here. I don't know why, but today I wanted to, on this little walk, I just thought I'd talk about Philip, a friend of mine, Philip, who passed away some years ago now. But it's something that's so strong still that it's obviously got meaning, and so I thought I'd share it with you. Yeah, I think it was about 2006, so yeah, it's a good 10 years ago, when I think I met Philip, a young lad. He was half my age, like a teenager still, I think, around 20 or something. And there was always a group of us musicians around the studio, and we'd have a lot of people coming in, a lot of young people on the way past, going to the pubs and clubs, dropping in, having a drink, having a smoke in the studio and laughing and stuff. A lot of different people came and went. A lot of musicians, a lot of rockers and, weirdos as well. And Philip and his mate came. Young lads, punks, dressed in black and nose rings but I've got no discrimination against that, different appearances. We're all artists. I knew there was musicians, But I instantly saw Philip and I thought, hey, this guy's a troublemaker. He's a troublemaker. Him and his friend, they're up to no good. And they'll be making jokes and laughing and drinking beer. And just, and I instantly thought, got to keep my distance from it's secretly inside, this guy's a troublemaker. But they kept coming back and dropping in, and I'd have a laugh with them. People. It's not that I can't have a laugh with people. I find people funny. I like people for different reasons. But when it comes to, say, making music and studios and things like that, there's work to be done as well. So it's not all fun. But over the time, I realised that Philip and his mate they had a band, and Philip was a singer and guitar player who wrote songs. His mate was a drummer, and they had a little practice hall, and they kept coming to us for advice and help, and they came to us for to do a recording, and recorded the band. And that's when I first started seeing another side to Philip, that I realised he wasn't just sort of out for the laughs and stuff. He was working hard. He was actually designing the website himself and making photos, and he had visions and plans, and the songs had meaning and stuff. And he sang them with total spirit, like he really meant it. He told me a lot of stories, I learnt a lot about him and his past, and his mate. They do some crazy things I won't even say on camera. But they got into drugs and crime and just doing things just to go against society. To rebel. A lot of things that I think are just disgusting, maybe, or terrible, and I think they agreed themselves, and obviously did punishment for a lot of it. And actually got more punishment from society than they actually deserve a lot of the time. Young kids just get hassled at school. Nobody listens to them. And Philip, I think he's just, found something in music, I think like, Nirvana and Kurt Cobain, that kind of music that he could identify with, that this society, schools and the system. And Philip, he wrote songs, he did a website, he got a band together. All the time, I'm thinking to myself that this guy's, he's up to no good, he's a troublemaker. But like I say, I learned different. But then things still don't go right, you know, for Philip, because other people don't see it the way he sees it. He sees it the fact that it's the music, it's the spirit. He's got to put the spirit into the music and pass it around. It's the only thing he's got. And whatever it means, you know. But then you know, the band, they didn't understand each other. They split up, and Philip was on his own. So no, he didn't give in. He went to the Vatican. He went to Rome busking. I don't know the full story, but I think he was you know, he's quite overweight and stuff, and he was out busking, and I think he got thrombosis or some kind of thing, and it went to his heart, and he died on the way to hospital. You know, from a guy, you know, from a guy I thought was a troublemaker, to someone I really realised was, like, you know, totally focused, totally on it, but had just been weakened by the environment, just weakened by others pursuing other aims and not really understanding what life's about. And I even tricked myself, you know, to judge too quickly that this guy's just a troublemaker and I'm so glad that I got the chance to work with him. I'm so glad that I got the chance to see that different side to him and say to him, hey mate, you know, you are so cool. You are so on it in your own way. You know, on the gigs and stuff, he'd have loads of vintage guitars and stuff, and he'd love throwing it around and shouting and hammering the sound, and he'd throw his guitar off the stage, you know, and he'd tell me, oh no, there's a mattress over there. It's just, you know, I don't want to break me guitar, but I like to throw it. Things like this, you know, it was just about putting the spirit into the art. And I think to myself, you know, what does it mean, you know, what does Philip mean for me now, you know? You know, what does it make me think of? For starters, it makes me realise that I can't judge anybody. I can't take anybody as being a troublemaker or a loser or anything, because if it turns around, you know. I'm just going to leave it there anyway. Yeah, my heart goes out to yeah. See you later.
Make you feel better.